There are some beautiful black women.
But what do you mean there are some beautiful black women?
Just really, really beautiful. The world doesn't say that enough.
Because
Sanaa
the
Lathan, Nia Long, they just, Felicia Rashad, these heifers is serving.
whoa,
What do you mean?
whoa.
What?
Number one,
What?
the black woman, and I don't care who debates. I don't care. The black woman is the most beautiful woman on the planet.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am O,
And I am Nigel Kamanichi.
and we are
Candid and Clear.
We are the best podcast that will bring you politics, current events, and relationship issues.
Let me tell you what I need you to do. Go out and like, comment, share, and subscribe across all social media platforms.
Argue all you want. Argue with your mama.
I'm not arguing with anybody. I
Me
started
too.
this conversation saying they were
The
beautiful.
names that you just named are
What?
the ones who were authentically hot in the 90s
What do you mean
and the
authentically hot?
80s.
I feel like JT is so beautiful. She's a female rapper. She is so pretty. It. I don't. I'm not debating this with you. I like black women. I don't have no problem with my
I'm in
sisters.
love with black women. There was nothing other.
Yeah. I ain't.
And this is no knock to any of the brothers who go outside of the, you know what I'm saying, outside of the village.
And I can name a lot of them. Because Monica Denise is so fucking beautiful. Cash Doll, so fucking beautiful. It's woman after woman. I ain't debating on black women. I just love us.
Yeah, you can't.
Sierra is so damn pretty. Don't make no sense. Um, maybe it's all the one. It ain't just all the ones being loved, right? But I was finna be funny and say maybe it's all the ones being loved,
Here's what
right?
I appreciate. Now,
What?
this is what I'm gonna do for a moment.
What are you finna do?
Felicia Rashad.
Is absolutely gorgeous. I don't
We finna
even
do it. We
I
finna
don't
do it.
I don't even like women and I would have her.
Look here.
I,
Look
I'm
here.
just I'm
Look
just
here.
saying
Felicia
that
Rashad. This is why I want
she's
you to
so
bust it.
pretty.
Get on that computer.
Which one?
That one you got in your hand. Because we recording right now. How old is Felicia Rashad?
She's 70 something.
Come here, Grandma.
She ain't
Come
no
here.
grandma. Don't do her
Come here,
like that.
Grandma.
Oh, absolutely
Chocolate Paw
not.
Paw got something for you.
No,
Come
you
here.
don't.
I'm gonna talk to you. Look here.
Look, I don't even want you with
That's,
Felicia Rashad. She's so pretty.
Look. What you mean? Look,
I
let me tell you
just want
something.
her to sit there. I just want to look at
Let me
her.
tell you something. We gonna have this discussion, and this might be the whole podcast. Look,
No, it's not. There's other stuff to
Felicia
talk
Rashad
about.
is how old?
73, I think.
You can't a black woman. Now, how you in your prime from your 20s to your 70s?
Good self-care.
I'm calling
Really,
genetics.
really great. It's not all genetics. It's really great. It's not all genetics because you got to have good boundaries because there are beautiful women who look well aged and they were beautiful and they start to age as life comes upon them because they don't have the boundaries, right?
Okay.
No, they don't
Boundaries,
have the
stress.
self-care
Got you.
regimen,
I'm with you.
right?
I'm
They're
with you.
not eating well and treating themselves well. So, no, but I love the way some women are just flowing on into the next
Let me
phase
just
and
tell
the
you something,
next
right?
phase. Look, what's wrong with it?
You doing that again?
It-
You doing a turtle?
Shut up.
There
You
we go.
such a hater.
Yes.
Sit down.
Yeah.
I don't know. She is just so gorgeous. But like I said, it's not just her. I
It's a lot.
love Monica Denise. I love JT. I love Cash Doll. I love Sanaa Lathan. It's a long list of
Sanaa Lathan.
Latham. Just damn it. Just beautiful. Just gorgeous.
There's no
You can't even
every
tell life on them.
every that.
That is what I love. It is the way that they show up for
This is why I'm
themselves.
calling genetics. If
No.
you just take care of yourself, like you said, boundaries, that is to me, I haven't seen otherwise. That is the only race of woman that does not actually age like everybody else. They age so much younger.
We age backwards.
I, I I'm not gonna do that just because
We
that ain't
we
gonna
age
work. We
backwards,
do,
love.
yeah,
We
we do,
do.
yeah.
I
Y'all
don't
do,
care what you say.
y'all do. I will say y'all do.
Yeah.
I will say y'all do.
Yeah, I was gonna see if you was gonna take the bait and go the other
I
way.
will say y'all do because I know because I be on my brother's ass. Not my biological brother, he do his thing, but my brothers, like, look, bro, yeah,
It's get you one to sit beside you.
I be trying to tell him that you like,
Just
we're at a point now, and I am appreciative of the black women
yeah.
who maintain a standard. Here's what I mean. It's easy for a man 45 years old to go get a 25-year old. If he got his shit together, he can get a 25-year old, he can get a 55-year old, he can get a
He
75-year old.
cannot have his stuff together and get a 25-year-old.
Okay. However, I had a conversation with a friend just yesterday, and in that conversation, she expressed that what women go through as they have children and as they age. Right? Noted. However, when I see a woman that has aged, I'm talking about, I'm gonna go all the way back to Anime Bullock.
Yeah, yeah.
I will go
Oh,
all the way back to
yeah.
anime because when you
Anime
have a
was
60,
gorgeous.
70-year-old woman that's got more better body than a 20-year-old
What better stamina?
or better stamina, brother, you at 45, you got to get it together. All this drinking and smoking and all this other stuff, you don't go to the gym and you don't do that. So I appreciate the self-care that went because for you to be 60, 70 years old and you stepping on necks,
I all I can say is right is I love us, and it's there is a way that a woman should care for herself. My
I agree.
mother always advised that you should have a me budget.
Fair.
That there is a me budget,
Yeah, you got to have me budget.
and it has to live regardless of what life does. Right.
I agree.
Um, I think there are some people who would say, "Oh, that's not necessary. All of that is not necessary. You don't
Right.
have to do that." Yes, yes, I do.
I think the fad of self care right now hasn't actually been explained. Because see, look at it this way, and I'm gonna go back to Miss Felicia. Okay, she got a little bit of money. Okay, so she can afford certain things, but I
Like
really
what?
want to talk about she can afford the high end spas, the high end stuff. But I'm talking about I
Who's
want to focus
who
on
says who says she going to him?
that's where I was going. I want to focus more on the discipline to maintain that stress less, not stress less completely, but minimizing stress that's going to bog you down with the cortisol. Because let's be fair, stress activates the nervous system goes into defense,
Yeah.
emits hormones to combat the stress, and that produces more fat. Cortisol, especially in the midsection. So, what do you think beyond the fad is suggested in everyday life for women to not be going back to me and my friend's conversation to not be bogged down by oh well my body ain't this because I had children, my body ain't this because I went through that, but then we have older women who own it.
So let's just talk about the the, the reality, because we'll give ourselves a lot of excuses, I believe, and this women period, because life requires so much more from us than it does a man. I'm not going to debate that. That is
No
an
debate.
absolute fact.
I wouldn't dare debate it. Yeah.
Right. It just is what it is. It requires us to be a chameleon. I need to be your wife. I need to be your turn up queen. I need to be a mother to the children. I need to be this in corporate America. So there are so many roles on women, when we just do it by the numbers, that it's almost not fair. So the me budget is a priority. But before the self care fad, as you like to call it, I think this, I'm old school. I got some age on me, and I'm not going to tell them how old I am, right? But I came from a time where bentonite clay was a thing. It's not as expensive as you think. If you couldn't make it to a high end spa, sis, you can get you some bentonite clay. There are certain things that you should have been taught about how to care for yourself, your skin, your face routine. And I'm one of the people that people would say, well, I like to call it, everybody always want to say, oh, you had surgery, but I just call it taking a nap. So I've taken a couple of naps,
Okay.
but a part of that is me taking care of myself. Right. And you can say what you want to about it. It's not a debate. It is the way that I see it. It was important. Before I ever took a nap, I cut 76 pounds. So it took discipline to even go lay down and
Wow.
take the nap.
Stay there.
Yeah.
So what what level of discipline? Let's take let's do 38-year-old woman
Yeah.
had 4 kids. Okay. And there's this, I'll call it issue. Y'all will correct me in the comments. She has an internal issue with what she sees in the mirror, contrary to what she saw before that first child, before that first heartbreak, before all of the life sacrifices that women go
Right.
through. Non debatable, y'all go through a whole lot more than men do, right? Going through that, what level of discipline, one, so that's a two-part question, do you think needs to be input and maintained, excuse me, and what motivation is there to maintain said discipline? Because their peers, men who were 40, 45 years old, who would be in their dating market, now I got my stuff together, I got my money, I'm in the gym, my body right. I need your body to look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That, which is also a stressor for women. What would you say to them to get them to A, shake back, or show them that they can, or just not give up, or not just, well, whatever I got, that's what you're gonna get? Because I see where it's stressing a lot of women out, where it can be intimidating, all the things, right?
I think you have to choose you.
Okay.
See, it's not about him. It was never about him. Let me explain something to you. Come here, cause I'm your rich auntie. Let me
Talk
let
to
me
your auntie.
let me help you. Let me
Talk to
help
your
you all
auntie.
out. Right? It's never about the man. Nothing that is for me has ever missed me. I ain't never missed a thing, sis. I ain't missing no meals. I ain't missing no checks. I ain't missing nothing that's for me. So it's not about him. It's about you. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, change it.
Okay.
And you get to decide how you change it.
Argument.
Yeah.
He pumped me full of these babies. Now we break up. He go get a young tender. I
Right.
don't. That doesn't feel good.
No, hurt never feels good.
What? Okay.
No. But again, let me go back to something I said in one of the earlier podcasts. But you chose that. See, I'm not having, I'll say this, and it doesn't guarantee a long term relationship. Guys, I don't have any children that I have actually birthed, but I have children, and you know that. And I treat them as such. But I am not having children for a man that I feel like is going to leave, or just having children without changing my last name. That is my standard. And on the flip side of that, I was married for quite an extended amount of time, and I didn't have children there, right? It was something that we talked about every year. It was one of the conversations that we revisited every year. I don't really feel like he was honest in saying I don't want children, right? But at the end of the day, we didn't have them. But I am not just having children just to be having children, and certainly not for with somebody who is not willing to change my last name, because that is the space in which we enter into a contract.
Okay. Devil's advocate.
Sure.
And I'm gonna take this moment to purposely argue for the sisters, right?
Yeah.
Because although what you're saying is true, life has a way of convincing us that the truth ain't the truth.
No, we believe our own delusions are grander. No. No, life does not convince you. No, we fantasize about the way we want relationships. We fantasize about the relationships that we're in. And I'm saying that because I am a woman, because I have done it, because I've made those mistakes.
Okay, Auntie.
You looked at a man, he showed you, right? I got a real bad habit of doing this. And it's not a bad habit, it's something that I do intentionally. I give you everything up front.
That is
And
me.
you don't
Yep.
understand that as time and the relationship progress, you either add or you take away.
That is
And when we
100%
get
fact.
to a place, right, where we have taken away so much, you will see me fade to black and exit. I will start off, you know how my building works. I will start off allowing you to the building to let you in and
Hmm.
send you up to the door without calling me. I will start off giving you all this rope. I start off catering and doing all of these things, trying to see where you are.
Your actions add or
Actions.
subtract.
And then I let you tell me what you tell me, but I watch what you do, which is something that I've said, and then I decide. I don't continue to extend you grace and mercy, although your actions and words are not aligned.
Okay, Auntie,
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. But when I got into the relationship, speaking for the sisters, right?
Yeah.
When I got into this relationship with dude, he told me this, he told me that, he told me this. I never thought
Mm-hmm.
that I would be where I am now. Of course, we had kids. Okay, we had a falling out. Now we're talking about when we'll be together. We not together no more. And now he went and got him a young tender. Because see now, life has life. We're more accomplished now. We're more this now. But I'm not. I don't feel. I'll say it that way
Mm-hmm.
because it's not true. It's only a feeling.
Right.
I don't feel I have the same sexual market value that I once had now, where he has elevated his. So now his options now, post the relationship, are wider than mine. What like mindset? What do I need to do?
Why are you looking at yourself from a standpoint of deficiency? See, this is the problem. See, I keep saying choose you. I keep saying focus on you. It's not about him, and it's not about what the market thinks about you. Sis, I can only tell you so much about your value and your worth. It's about what you tell yourself. If
How?
you don't, if you don't tell yourself, see, I'm her. And it doesn't matter if O thinks I'm her. I don't care if the world thinks I'm her. I don't give a damn about what you think about me. I decreed a thing for myself. I chose a thing for myself. I am her. You're not going to tell me anything other than that. You're not going against me on me.
Okay, so how do I reprogram myself? Because you got to understand, in this relationship of 5, 10, 15, 20 years,
Right?
I have been completely selfless to a point that I don't even know how to be selfish.
You got to start somewhere.
So what are the protocols? Because see, now I'm about to slip into a depression because now I got to go back out to the dating market, and I'm
Don't
not.
start on the dating market. Start
Ooh.
dating yourself. See, everybody wants to rush into relationship, but we're not even in relationship with ourselves. Go to the mirror and tell yourself you love you just like you are. It is the same way that you go to Christ. He got to accept you for what you are, and you got to accept yourself for the version of you that you are right now. And do it in the mirror and be loud and be proud about it. And even if you don't believe it, continue to say it. I am her. I am getting myself together. I am going to choose me. I am choosing me. And at the end of the day, when you sit down, what did I do today to choose me?
Okay, devil's advocate yet again.
Sure.
This entire relationship, you have been selfless,
Mm-hmm.
sacrificing for the children, sacrificing for him, ideally putting yourself on the back burner to
Yeah.
make sure everybody else was good. How do you mentally
Mm-hmm.
prepare yourself for the pushback of those who inherently call you selfish because now you're essentially having to be selfish to save
Mm-hmm.
yourself? How you get past that?
This right here is going to sound very arrogant, but it is so true. And I love sisters. I do. Again, sisters, I'm your auntie. There comes a time where it is going to be, and you're going to have to be okay with people calling you selfish. You have to choose you. Everybody in the world does at some point. You didn't get this body choosing other people.
Did not.
No, that thing right there is not about your market, your sexual market value, your value on the market in dating. That is about you,
Mm-hmm.
right? So women have this, historically, women have become sacrificial lambs. We are
Fact.
the matriarch, but we are equally the sacrificial lamb. We are the queen, but we are equally the sacrificial lamb. And you have to get to a place where you have to work on you. Write a list of all the things that you think that you need to be doing, or write a list of the way that you feel like you want to show up, and then start to choose, make choices around showing up that way. What is so hard about that? And the reality is, it's very hard. I know that's a that's a rhetorical question,
Right.
but you got to do it mentally. You've got to decide that you worth it. If you don't feel like you worth it, nobody else will.
So you have to become comfortable hurting people
I'm not.
just to get you.
I'm not hurting them.
Oh,
I'm
it's
not.
gonna hurt.
I'm not. No, no, no. I'm not hurting them. I'm choosing
Devil's
me.
advocate.
What
Devil's advocate. It's
you
gonna
can be
hurt
any devil. You
because
can.
this whole time when I come to you and I need something, although I'm not pouring into you the way you need, and when I need something, you've always told me yes. Now you're telling the world, no, no, no. It's about me. It's about me. It's about me. My way or the highway.
I'm not. I'm not telling you my way or the highway. I'm simply choosing myself the way that you have done. See, men choose themselves. Sisters, let me tell you something. If you ever feel bad about having to say no, this, that, and the other, I don't ever feel bad about having to tell you no. Because see, you continually choose yourself. I gave you all this space and autonomy. You had a really long runway to show me that you would equally sacrifice to me, that you would support me in the changes that my body goes through in giving a birth. And sometimes those changes have nothing to do with the body, they've got everything to do with the mind and the emotion. That you would be a support and a solid for me the whole time I'm being a solid for everybody else. No, I will not apologize. I will choose me unapologetically every time. And you may call me anything you like because it doesn't matter what you say about me, it matters what I tell myself. And so long as I don't feel bad about choosing me, what does it matter? What does your opinion matter? And I'm willing to stand on that for me and all my sisters, even when they can't. I said what I said. I said, sis, choose you. Don't let nobody make you feel bad about choosing you because nobody will go to the cross for you. Nobody will bear the emotional breakdown for you. They don't do it. Men don't sacrifice themselves. And when you have been a solid for everybody else, what remains of the solid that you're supposed to be for yourself? The only way that I can be solid for you is that I pour into myself. If I don't replenish myself, I don't have anything to give.
And you say this unapologetically.
I do.
That is the sexiest thing you can do, man. I need you to understand. Look, everybody ain't on the same level. We get that, but I'm telling you, that right there, because now it's look. Hey, I done all my work. Now it's about me.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
How do you attract intentionality from a man when you don't be intentional about yourself? See, the way a man treats you is a reflection of the way you treat yourself.
I'm gonna say this one
I-
more
I'm,
time.
I'm, I'm telling you, baby, that is the gift. If you want to attract the man that's successful, that's focused, that's financially
Boundaries,
stable, that is
boundaries,
grounded,
boundaries.
right? Boundaries.
We are
You got to
attracted to
have them.
boundaries. I
You
don't.
got to have them
It's the
with
challenge.
yourself.
Like what? I can't do what? You won't let me who?
Right.
Men.
They're not.
Yeah.
Men are super easy. You can give bro a whole lot of leeway. You can see what he about. Sis, listen, I'll even go here with you. You can have fun with him for one night. If he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, sis, cancel him. Block him. Block the number. Delete the messages. Count it as a mistake and move on. And do it elegantly and do it swiftly. Sis, be unapologetic about it and tell yourself, yeah, that was good for a short time. I was right there. That was my over under. Right. And I'm moving on. Yeah, I got under him to get over some other shit and I moved on. And that's all right. And you can do that. Because here is the thing, you are allowed to restart as many times as you need to get it right. And the next thing is when he come back, when he try to do the revolving door and this, that, and the other, so on and so forth, sugar, you will be so different he won't even know you. He'll have to change his posture just to get next to you. Right. Because a man chasing a woman has a certain posture and he is attracted to the chase.
I'm gonna Google something to argue with. Hold on.
You
Wait a
can
minute.
Google whatever you like.
That's, it's a fact
It,
because
it,
it's something about the testosterone in the man.
yeah,
It's the hunt. When you watch most cases
yeah,
in the jungle, the lioness gonna go on the hunt, right?
yeah.
And she gonna go get go get the food, bring it back. But every once in a while, the lion himself will come out there.
He will.
And when he goes out to hunt, he does not go to the back of the herd. He runs past a whole lot of them to get something from the front, just to say, I did that.
He does.
And that's in nature.
Here's the other thing in nature. Sometimes he eats what she hunted
Come
and
on.
killed.
Come on, that's a whole
See,
other that's
some
another podcast.
I'm
We
just
can
I'm
do that.
I'm just trying to tell you that.
Baby, look.
Sometimes he eating what I brought back or
Ooh,
whatever. There
yeah.
is the There,
Yep.
sisters, listen. And here's the thing, ladies. I love, I love black men. I do. Um, in general, I love men, but I love black men,
Hmm.
or whatever. But you gotta give him something, sis, that makes him know that you her, and you gotta step in front of him, treating yourself like you her, because we teach people how to treat us,
My
right?
bad, fellas. I'm finna go and do it.
And when he's a man that's insecure, I'm gonna tell you something. When he insecure, when he don't know his worth, when he don't know what to do with a you, sis, he'll go around the whole hood and tell everybody you controlling.
And all kind
He'll
of yeah, yeah,
he'll
yeah,
he'll
yeah,
he'll make up all kind of false narratives on you, this, that, and the other, and the reason why he couldn't get you and maintain you and keep you and this, that, and the other. It's all right. Let him lie. Let bro have that. We don't have to respond to everything. Take a note out of Beyonce's book. Respond to nothing. Just keep moving like you her,
I'll
and
say
you
this.
will attract your person. You will attract your equal.
I'll say this. As a man at my age that has it together, I ain't where I want to be, but I got it together. I will say, and I can't even find a rebuttal.
Mm,
Yes, boundaries,
mm,
parameters. When women have standards,
mm.
that is the sexiest thing. All right, I got to text her back. I got to call her back. Where you want to go this weekend? Like, what you want to do? Because if for some reason if it's easy,
Mm-hmm.
easy is just a placeholder,
Mm-hmm.
and we see it.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, you gonna make me wait? All right, bet.
Yeah.
Again, a man who's mature and got it together and done been through the thing. I'll say that. But yeah, I can't argue with you today. I'm trying.
You know what's
It ain't.
crazy?
I can't.
It is so cute to watch y'all do that thing right there. To watch restraint on a man. To watch him restraining himself. Because it's at that point you know you got him. See, I know I got you. I got your number. Right? I don't care how you act. I don't really care how many times you don't call. None of that matters to me. I'll not call you. I know that I'm all over your brain. I got a condo. I'm like Cardi B in your head. I
Real
know that.
estate.
Real estate. I know that you're trying to figure out how to make this thing go quicker, faster, all of those things.
How to
How do
get to
I
that
get it?
place
How to
called
get to that?
there. Right.
Yeah, how to get there. Right. And I know I got you running for it. And I'm just sitting here just like this, unbothered. Because I'm not changing anything about me.
Okay. All right. That mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are. I I'm going to make a personal request.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to request that you do a series on how to get there with that mindset,
Oh, that'll be fun.
because the idea of getting there
Mm-hmm.
in that place with that mindset,
Mm-hmm.
being able to, I would say, stand on business,
Mm-hmm.
even when Mother Nature tries to
Mm-hmm.
sway you different. When you
Mm-hmm.
want to pick up that phone and text that number, hey, big head, we got boundaries, we got standards.
Mm-hmm.
How do we stop the self sabotage when our emotions get a little awry as black women when it comes down to having those standards and boundaries to not ask for, but I would have to say command what
Mm-hmm.
you want in a man?
I think I will accept that challenge and I will start to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is you have to show some restraint yourself, sis. See, I have to not be so greedy and want it right now. I want
Wow.
it in the time that it was appointed for me to have
Wait,
it.
did you say not be greedy and want it, or not be greedy and be wanted right now, or
No,
both?
I, it could be both, but you got to be greedy and not want it right now.
Ooh, okay.
You have to want it in the timing that the heavens decreed that you shall have it.
Mm,
There's a level of patience that has to precede all of your other moves. And to do that correctly, you have to remove your emotions. See, I am not emotional. That is the reality, and that's hard for women to take their emotions out of it.
mm.
I want to text. He didn't call. He didn't do anything. I told you, right, that a relationship that I had, we separated.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then he came back all of a sudden.
Them boundaries.
The boundaries. And then when he came back, it wasn't all right. It didn't. I told you it wasn't perfect. I made a couple of comments,
Mm-hmm.
said what I needed to say.
Mm-hmm.
He heard them. He adjusted. The end. And
Yeah.
and I and I told you that because I'm a me and I'm a solid,
You know
right?
what?
And hold on, sisters, you need to be a solid.
Stay on that. You solid, solid.
You got to be a
Define
solid.
solid. Define solid. Define solid.
You have to really know who you are. You have to honor your own table. And what I mean by that is you have to not compromise your standard for the sake of having the thing. If you will sacrifice bunch yourself, you'll never get him there.
The narrative of being solid
You, you
is you being there for me, doing what I need you to do. You
That's
talking
not
about being
that's
solid.
not true. I'm talking about you being solid to you and remaining whole for you and preserving your table, preserving your emotions and everything else for you.
You
So
got to be
when he
solid for you
sees
first.
you got to be solid for you first. When he sees you, he knows he'll benefit from having a you. Men will walk up to you and lie to you. They will say, if I ever had you, I would never leave. And if I had a you, I would do this, that, and the other. And then they see all that it takes maintain a you. And then they decide they don't want to work that hard. And sis, that man is not your man. Now, you might say, hey, with a him, I could play with him like this or visit with him like that. But he's not a contender to be my man. Now, you could do that. That is allowed in this day and time because you have the freedom to choose how you want to interact. But the reality is the solidness tells you, your solidness tells him everything that he needs to know. His behavior will tell you if he's willing to do the things. And then you decide what placeholder he gonna be in your life. Not at all, a little bit of, as I like to call him, a nightingale for you, right? You can decide where the chess piece gonna sit on your board. You can choose that thing, but you've got to be solid for you. When a man sees a standard that he got to have, he don't care what the price is, he'll pay it. He will pay it. He will acquiesce. Says the strongest men have acquiesced. David saw Bathsheba.
Had to have
He
her.
he had to have her. He got her, and he still wanted her. Even after God said, "Okay, it's a mistake. You ain't got to have her." He said it got to be her. God said, "I'm gonna create all kind of hell and chaos in your life." He said it got to be her. God said, "All right, then go Noah," and he left off again. But he said, "Go Noah," because David had already knew her. Right. It let me help you. It doesn't matter. So a lot of men will say, "Oh, I don't want that woman. She full of drama, this, that, and the other." Baby, I done seen men say all that and still go get a woman that's gonna bring nothing but drama in their life. And I submit to you the first example that we have in the soap opera I like to call the Bible is David. See, people will
Yeah.
say, "Oh, well, you know what? I was so dirty. I was so this. Nobody will want me, this, that, and the other. I used to belong to somebody else." So did Ruth, but Boaz still stood up and was her kinsman redeemer. I, I can just tell you, there are so many stories where I can show you that a man still went and got a woman that people would say, "Oh, nobody won't. Oh, she was here first. Oh, she used to be so and so late." It don't matter. It don't matter if he wants you, sis. He will do anything.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He will make all the adjustments, and it's your job to let him operate in your divine feminine. Operate in your divine feminine. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care what life threw at you. I don't care. Yes, I have to be strong. I work in corporate. I'm super strong. I am a leader and I am a boss. But I also operate in my divine feminine. I am a caterer. I am a support. I am a wife and I enjoy it. And most women have gotten to the place where they don't enjoy it because the world wants to make you think that is the least of all the roles you do when really it is the highest.
cheat
And it
code.
is the great it is the greatest thing you could ever do is to support your man. And I said that it'll make me unpopular and I don't care, but I mean it.
Well, here's what I just caught. The man that qualifies to move within your boundaries, parameters, statute, standards, by default, because he's qualified there, you want to serve in said capacity.
I do. Let me go to a scripture in the Bible that I love because y'all know. I'm a Bible Belt baby. Every man I know tells you that he wants a woman that's submissive. Submit, 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 submit,
The modern
submit. That's
cuss
their
word, yeah.
favorite. That's their favorite
Uh-huh.
line of the Bible. That's the only part they know. They did not read beyond submit and see that the next part of the scripture says, love her. And then the next part after that says, love her. And then the next part after that, it says, love her. And then again, God says, love her. And then a fifth time, he says, love her.
And
You will get my submission when you love me.
so, and then it says, love her like,
I love the church.
and that is,
And God went to the cross for the church, which means you'll crucify yourself of flesh
here's the hard
for
part.
me.
Here's the hard part. When you say, when the book says, love your wife like Christ loved the church, Christ loved the church in spite of mental, physical, emotional, spiritual
Right.
infidelity, betrayal, outright defiance, you name it. Even when the church, old school, decided to go their own way, you know what? You gonna suffer over there. But when you're ready to come back home,
I'll be here.
it takes, well, Paul initially said, see, Paul, we'll talk about Paul later. Submit thyself one to another.
Another.
So the submission goes both
It
ways.
does.
You can't just be out here acting a fool, sir,
Well, you can't just be out here walking up to me telling me to submit, sir.
and you ain't.
You have to give me, you have to activate the submission through your love. See, submission requires an activation. There's an activation button. Just like you get in a car and you have to hit that button. And before you can hit that button, you have to put gas in it. So if you don't put any gas in, you don't get anything out. And so I'm so tired of the men that show up in the comments talking about, well, what is she giving? And this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. Look, oh, I went out on a date with a dude one time. He was a really nice dude. And I wanted to go to Moxie's. And he didn't think that was important. That was the right space on the first date because he thought it was too expensive. Right. Until one day we were going to eat lunch and I said, hey, what would you like for lunch? I'm going to be passing a Papados. Do you want something? Because I brought the Papados lunch, he came back and decided it was okay to go to Moxie's for that date, for said date, because he felt like I spent similar to what he spent or whatever. But the reality is that I chose to go another way. It was a lovely weekend, but I wasn't doing tit for tat. And I didn't want that to be the overture in a relationship that I have to do so much. So I did enjoy it at Moxie's. I did go through what I said I did, but I also realized that he wasn't for me. Nice guy, very accomplished, very solid guy, got his stuff together right now. But at the end of the day, he wasn't my own because his heart didn't have the posture that I needed for somebody to go the distance with.
Wow.
Because
There
you
we
were
have it.
always going to be going and doing your tally marks, or at least that's what I assumed. Or we're going to be going, did she do this? Okay, I'll
Keep
do
a
that.
score.
If she did this, then I'll do that. Right. You got a scorecard. I don't want to do that in love. A lot of days I'm going to give a lot. A lot of days you going to give a lot. And some days neither one of us will have nothing to give and the other one will have to step up. We will have to bridge the gap for each other because that's what love is. It's trial and error. It's not going to be 50-50. And I didn't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
And there we have it, folks. Sisters, Auntie, she gave you the game. Ain't too much chocolate Papa can argue with today.
Okay.
Yeah, that black woman, yeah.
We are beautiful. And I'm going back to
Yeah.
what I originally said.
I
I
would
love
debate.
us.
I would make the concept.
Yeah.
Black woman is God in a sense.
I think
You know what
if
I'm
she
saying?
finds her own beauty,
Amazing.
sis, if you can find your own
When you
beauty,
get to that space, you're
there
unstoppable.
there is nothing,
Yeah.
you are unstoppable. There's nothing that any man could say about you,
Right.
could say to you to deter you from the journey
Yeah.
of falling in love with you. So if I can leave you with anything today, I would say this to all my sisters: fall in love with yourself.
Yeah.
Fall in love with yourself. Know who you are. Know what you love about you. Know what it takes for a you. See, I know what it takes for me. And I'm okay that that intimidates a lot of men because I'm not theirs. I'm not meant to be there. And that's fine. And when you find somebody and you can see that you are not aligned, or as the Bible would say, you're not equally yoked, get out of there. Don't even stay there. Don't fantasize about what it could be. It could be all of these things. If he changed, he probably not changing, sis. Go ahead on. Go ahead on and move around. You have permission that now you are free to move about the cabin. They always say that on American when I'm on a flight. Hey, you free now to move about the cabin. Go ahead on, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah. And find your home
Mm.
with the person who's looking to find his there in you. Yeah.
There we have it, folks.
Anywho.